Goodness. My goodness. This was absolutely a great way to start. Hello, my insomniacs. I know that you guys are totally psyched up and ready. You've shaken your pom poms. You're wishing for absolute shenanigans. Here we have two runners that have literally come from their Zelda 1 matches. And I am joined by the one and the only Animus United, who's going to be on commentary. We have a bunch of experience in jkoper, and we have the master of the shatty skip, the person who literally made Barba yeet out of Palace 6. Animus, how you doing?
Doing great. Can't complain. Excited to see this match. Looks like we got an early trophy cave and an early medicine cave for both of our runners. So that's an any key in trophy cave. So that's some pretty early palace diving that we're going to be able to have just immediately on.
Yeah, imagine if they get an early glove, Animus. Imagine the shenanigans and Jetty in the Betty seat are we looking at?
Well, I didn't notice this until just now, but we got a Vanilla West, so that probably doesn't mean that we're going to have that much of a Jet Seed now that we look at it. So with the Vanilla West, they're going to need one of three things that they're going to be given. That's either the hammer, jump spell, or the fairy spell, and that's because in our beginning here, there's the trophy. So that's interesting. So, I've had this before as well, where you get the trophy and a spell out of Rudo tends to be either jump or fairy, and that's your way out of there too. So,
Interesting.
that is an interesting find as well. We'll see if one of these two towns has jump or fairy, or if that any key says that our desert palace, we're gonna have to dive in there for the hammer early on.
I'm the type of person who's crazy enough to dip palaces. If I get glove blocks, so be it. But let's see what we have. And we have a free fairy for Shatty. Can you imagine? Yeah. Animus, yeah. What did I roll? I rolled something babyish. Oh no.
And so fairy and any key just is pretty free. We don't know what trophy has yet, but I mean, jkoper's not going to check it. I mean, it's free spell. Might as well just go ahead and grab it. Guess we'll get the dual reveal here. We got fairy and we got life. Alright, so, if you're going to get life, might as well get it early.
Absolutely, because life is awesome. A lot of people knock it, but I'm all for, spending 60 magic points in order to, cast and get one sliver of health. It's absolutely worth it.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but
you think upstab is the greatest stab, so we disagree philosophically on a lot of things.
Well, that's more of a fact than a disagreement, but we'll continue on without the upstab manager. So Shatty's got the indie key as well, so yeah, our runner's pretty much gonna copy each other here at the beginning, and then I don't think that Magic 2 fairy's any cheaper, so probably we'll just head towards the Desert Palace and try to see what's in the grass tile and see what our Parappa Palace entails.
That's how besties roll. Meme stab, yes. That's exactly what we need. We need bees. We need a bee mode for Z2. And your groan makes me wonder if that is a great idea or the greatest idea.
Anyways, we're gonna get a palace check from jkoper, and it's P1, so
P1.
yeah, he's going right in. Yeah, I got fairy and any key, might as well. Not really much is gonna block you out of P1.
No, Chi, that would be awesome if we had the mirror shield that deploys bees.
I
don't
looks like
believe Shatty has it.
Yeah, Shatty took a game over before seeing the grass tile, so we're still unsure of what the grass tile is. I don't think Shatty has picked up the trophy yet. No.
No, because I didn't see it when he got fairy. It was looking mighty empty. He did pick it up. Okay.
Okay, I didn't see him mark it on his tracker either, so that was my double check. But chat confirming that the trophy has been attained, just no life spell.
How could you not want to get one of the best magic spells in the game? Life can change your game. It's the best. The best.
And that's the item room of P1 that jkoper is electing to skip right now. And a heart container on grass tile. So that'll be a good for some early life, I suppose.
Yeah, the heart container is always a great find, especially when you're at the beginning stages of life, like life 1 through 3, because everything hurts.
You witnessed the theft
vision
of the trophy in the cave.
Yes,
okay. Yes, I agree. It was a theft. At least Guma was not sitting on that trophy. Guma likes to sit on some things, and I don't know. Guma's just weird.
Let me start cracking my knuckles right now, because you're about to speak heresy, Animus. Guma is a bro. He would never sit on anything that would be harmful to them. How could you say such a thing? Also, jkoper took a knock from a wonderful horse head. He was like, no glue factory.
Yeah, I should be able to find the item pretty quickly after this. If I would imagine he's not electing to skip the item so early in P1. But I don't, I don't think this is going to be a hammer. You gotten fairy, so I think the siege is going to make you want to go through jump cave with fairy, if I were to guess.
Don't think fairy's castable right now. Last time I looked, it was like 87 on jkoper's side or 77. One of those. But it just means no cast for you.
Yeah, and that's the problem early on within early fairy here, is that as far as logic goes, the randomizer assumes you can just grind up to a castable level for fairy. So even if it's not castable until Magic 6, because you have the fairy spell, the randomizer says, hey, you got the fairy spell. So that jump cave is now in logic, whether you like it or not.
I like that logic. It basically tells our runners you gotta get good. And chat, you're absolutely right. Trophy was acquired as Shatty is now getting life.
Yeah, it certainly could be. However, the Palace 1 item is down an elevator and to the right. jkoper did see the room, just didn't go down all the way to it. It is behind a key lock door, however, that doesn't matter because got any key, but it's not a glove locked item. Is the point to be made.
Yeah,
here's
key
the
locks
item
mean
right
nothing.
Here. This is the elevator that jkoper was at before, so this is the item. We'll see what it is. Gonna take that attack 3 as well, so... we got an early hammer? No, we got a magic container. However, Did jkoper place the gem down? I'm not 100% sure they did. No, he did. He did. He's got 5. Got 5 on this pause bar, so yeah. That's good. Alright, so got a palace down, we got a heart container, and another magic container is good because that means we got 80 magic points now. And I think we said that fairy was 78, so that does make it castable now. So no like terrible grinding is going to be occurring, so that's good. Shay finds a 500 point P bag, so that's gonna get some good early levels as well.
Yeah, and right now both runners are doing some awesome Dora the Exploring, and you know, Shatty just did throw down with one of our favorites, the Feraligatr, on his way.
Yeah, I think Shay's gonna go and check out that Parappa Desert as well now. Parappa Palace probably tried to knock out P1 just the same. And just get that out of the way. Yeah, Fairy is 77 at Magic 2, so it is castable with 3 magic points to spare.
Yeah, basically it leaves you with nothing, not a thing. And something that is much to my dismay, 500 point P bags are in the item pool, Animus. Oh man, that's gonna make for some easy early leveling.
Yeah, anytime you see 500 point P bags early on, especially, that helps you to really get a nice set of base levels down pat. So that's good to see for sure. Got a red Dyra in P-Back Cave, which leads to a 1-up. Alright, so
Not what jkoper was hoping for.
Well, I mean, if you're doing the level XP grind like he's doing, it's always good to just have an extra life to reset the magic counter and the life counter in the life bar for that matter. So
that's
yeah, no
true.
immediate progression. And our other 2 item caves are locked by the hammer, so I think jkoper's gonna just go ahead and take out the Swamp Palace, see if, as long as it's not P4 or GP, and probably just knock that out as well, depending on what it is. And if not, then probably just head towards Saria. If it's P4, I'll be interested to see if he wants to double dip, or if he just goes straight for Saria after. That's always an interesting decision. It's neither. It's P2, so P2 will definitely be a dungeon that runners will dive straight for.
Yeah, but we also do see a glove block already.
That's a dead end, so that's nothing. Palace is giving us keys after we got the indie keys, so how nice of the Palace to give us these keys.
Yeah, almost everything is dropping keys. Wow.
Shatty's found his castable fairy as well with this magic container he's about to pick up, so that'll be good. Yeah, we got keys in the item pool too, so... And a good point as well that this is vanilla P2 as well, so... Great, we're off to a vanilla start here. Wait, we got P1, we got P1 vanilla, P2 vanilla. I hate to break it to you, but I'm a little more tired than usual, chat, so I'm not as quick to pick up on these things as I normally am.
Too busy crying over the fact I rolled something that has very little chaos and is very generous. This is totally gonna ruin my street cred. Literally
This
everything is 500. Yeah.
this is very vanilla so far, but with vanilla biomes, it's hard to say. Probably won't be seeing any updates at all. As far as going back to the west, because of how painful it will be to get back through all of this.
Now, Shatty did take a game over in P1.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's having a little trouble with some of the iron knuckles. A lot of blue ones were in the P1 pretty early on, I noticed. So, and that's a 500 point P bag just lying around in this palace as well. So,
Rolled a
jkoper
generous seed. Oh my
Jacob,
goodness.
jkoper opting for some power attack leveling here, so that's going to be really helpful. And I think this is a loop back to the beginning. It looks like, or we'll see. I think jkoper thinks so. It is. So there is a pretty interesting loop at the beginning of P2. So not quite a straightforward way to Helmet Head. Yeah, that is something to keep in mind too, is that, I mean, just because we have a Vanilla West does not necessarily mean that the hammer is going to be required or going to be seen by our runners today, because you can access, outside of 2 item caves, everything in the West with continental connectors, so...
And DH, you are a person of culture. That's exactly right. Every seed should have Death Mountain as mandatory. Thank you, DH.
Now, we aren't guaranteed. We do have access to the 1 continental connector that's next to Saria. That's not guaranteed to go straight to Death Mountain. However, because this is a vanilla map, we are guaranteed to have 3 continental connectors in the west. So that means that we're going to have 2 western caves that go somewhere, and the raft tile that goes somewhere as well. So,
that iron knuckle is just not being friendly at all to Shatty. And those iron knuckle hugs are hurting on Life 3.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it can be really tough early on to deal with blue iron knuckles, and this one is not very kind, to say the least. I like this strat. One of the ways you can get around it, which I've seen jkoper do, is that you sort of lure the blue iron knuckle and try to jump over it while it is moving towards you. That's a common vanilla strat as well. Anyway, there's the hammer in P2. So that pretty much makes the Vanilla West pretty free now. Has, without having to go to Saria now to progress on now, you're going to be able to go to the eastern side of the West to be able to pick up Downstab and check our 3rd palace in the West as well. To see what it is.
How many Intercontinental Championship belts? Well, let's just say that we're gonna need Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles. Well, Dolph Ziggler sucks. He's not worthy of it. Yeah, I'm gonna say even though there's 3, there's only 2, because that's the only 2 people I think should have a belt that's intercontinental. So there you go. Or we could bring back 1980s Bret Hart for the 3rd one. And jkoper is now out of P2.
Yeah, the thing about ladder matches is that Lazy Kid is involved, so Lazy Kid's reverted state is actually the child in Z2. So what you want to do is you want to abandon Lazy Kid as the child, so that way he doesn't grow up to become a mischievous, seed-rolling, evil machine in Ladder, in Link to the Past Ladder. So that is what you do in Z2
Who does
Rando.
that? Lazy Kid is not even lazy. He's a victim of circumstance. He needs to be loved. Drew McIntyre needs to get good. He's only there through, nepotism. If there was someone he was related to in the staff, that's the only reason. Boo on Drew McIntyre.
Alright, so that's our 6th magic container out of Heart Container Cave. We'll see what jkoper's thinking, if he's gonna go towards Medicine Cave or just head straight towards Darunia. Or sorry, Mito. I am tired. But yeah, yeah, so jkoper's going straight to Medicine Cave. Not a bad call. I mean, Glove's still not in play. We don't know if it's a Vanilla East either, so that's an interesting thing too. Because if it's a Vanilla East, then we'll be looking for that flute 100% as well. So an early hammer is a little bit suspicious to me as well about a Vanilla East possibly being in the play. First to upstab wins. That is correct. That is correct. The first player to upstab does win. That's how this race works. So Shatty's gotten done with P1 and is going to be traversing through Jump Cave. Now I don't know if on Magic 3 Fairy's much better. Looks like Medicine Cave has a heart container now, so we got 6 heart containers, 6 magic containers. Pretty healthy West we have here as far as moving forward. Be interesting to see whether or not we see the East next, Death Mountain. Because we do have the hammer now, we are actually able to access the other Western Connector Cave near Mito. But we're not able to access the third because we need Raft for the Raft tile. I think jkoper was thinking about whether or not to take some magic levels or some life levels, but he's going all in for attack 6. So, decided to ditch the Bagu skip, and it's just gonna ferry across Saria today. So,
well, you can't blame. Yeah, you can't blame that. If you have fairy, who needs Bagu? Bagu who? Bagu what? And that went so fast, I did not see what the spell was.
I don't know if he... maybe he did check it, I don't know. We'll see in a second. I saw he checked for the hint, which they didn't know anything. Shocking. But we have the most important item in all of Zelda 2, the mirror. Those of you may know that the mirror actually got added as an item, re-added as an item in A Link to the Past, but it was actually here in Zelda 2 first, the mirror, so just as useful, just as great, the mirror. How great is that?
Alright, we have a very cultured fire spell. That amount that you need to cast it. Absolutely, that wizard is a man of culture. And...
it is interesting to me. Both of our runners do have fire now. What fire is actually going to be? Looks like it might be life. It looks like. I think fire is life. It looks like so.
Wow, fire is more expensive than life, I think.
At least I think the life bar went up with fire. I could be crazy, but we'll see.
Hey, we're on Maze Island on jkoper's side.
Alright, so our Saria connector takes you to Maze Island. We'll see if we see a bridge tile or not. Otherwise, we're gonna have to use the other western connector to get out of here. Oh, there's the
And
glove.
there's your glove on Maze Island. All right, so there's nothing holding you back now in dungeons, in palaces. So you're good to go.
Well,
Only
they
thing
still
you
need
need.
they still need the
Hmm?
reflect spell for Palace 4.
Yeah, but who cares about Carrick? He doesn't matter.
And then, they'll eventually... Okay, so I do see the bridge tile over there. So that is the bridge tile.
And I did see 3 or 6 on
Mhm.
Maze Island.
Yeah, I think
So,
jkoper's going to go for the second item before diving this next dungeon. Which makes sense. He hasn't checked Mito or anything else yet, so doesn't know where Thunder and Reflect is and whether or not the child or medicine are in play. Going to up A here, which doesn't matter now that he has the hammer. So that's pretty good up A now, because now with the hammer, up A isn't going to be
now we
nothing
have
really.
Shatty on Maze Island, who will
Yeah,
be getting his gloves soon.
Yeah, something to keep in mind, Shatty has not entered P2 yet, so does not have that hammer. Shield
No.
is in Mito today, so probably not coming back since we have life. May get that
Yeah, pretty
medicine
much.
hit just to see where to mark off items or not, where not to look, but other than that, gonna pick up down stab and
Yes, the best stab. See, you forgot to add that part. The number 1 stab, best stab. Pogo stick action.
Yeah, he did bail. The thing with leveling in Z2 is whenever you choose to skip a level, you're not able to get that level even if you have that amount of XP for that previous level until you get to the next level of your choice. So for instance, with life being about 480 to the next level, if you skip that, then if your attack is at 2080, for instance, 2800, then you're not going to be able to choose to level that back up until you hit that 2800 range. So that's why even when he was with 600 experience, he's not able to go back and level up life before upping.
And to be honest, Animus, there's so many high P bags out there to get. Like there's literally 500 P bags and 200 P bags in the large item pool. So, sorry to say it, but 340 is kind of weak sauce.
Yeah, in a sea like this, I would I might consider, because we got 500 more P bags and stuff, maybe adding some more life and magic, so that way I'm not taking as many deaths, or being able to cast more spells and such like that. And yeah, that was a Palace 4 on our island palace here.
Yep, which is a palace nope right now without reflect.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason at all to dive there. For a second for the item at this point, so yeah, I can't blame me there. And we got a second connector to check here, which will be interesting to see. We didn't see where the bridge went to in Maze Island, so there's always that as well as far as where that goes. Obviously, we don't have the raft, so we can't check that yet. But it'll be interesting to see whether this is Death Mountain or if this takes us to the east. And this was P3 that was on Maze Island, as Shatty shows us Rebanak. And I believe,
And it's
yeah,
going to be a fair one because Shatty does not have downstab. So no.
Gonna have to do this down stabless, which is definitely not an easy fight. So especially with low levels like Attack 3 and such. And jkoper showing us that is Death Mountain. So yeah, this could be a Vanilla East.
How can you not want to dive Death Mountain? It's a great travel destination. And that Rebo facing him straight on like that, you know, it's always good to pogo on Rebo. You know.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with a down stabless Rebo, especially with low levels, yeah, I would probably dip out at this point. In fact, I would probably just dip out with low levels in general, just because a low attack and low life is just going to be a miserable Rebo fight. That's just going to take a while.
Yeah, and you really don't want to time sync with, you know, jkoper, because jkoper comes from experience. He knows these games better than I know my own name. And
yeah, and that's a good point. This is just to get Rebo off the horse, because that resets as soon as Rebo gets off of that horse. So yeah, that's Rebo rolled up today, and yeah, this is going to be a tough. Yeah, I guess I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I guess it's not logically required. Logically required. You know, I don't think I've ever really run into a situation where you're not able to grab down stab without like fighting Rebo, or where Rebo is guarding something that prevents you from getting down stab. And that's certainly not the case here.
DH,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not logically required, because you can beat Rebo straight up. It's just a tougher battle.
No, I mean, I agree. Like, I don't think it is in the logic code. I was just saying I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that does not surprise me. I'm sure it's not in there.
And here's the difference. Take a look on jkoper's side, where downstab makes a Rebo battle like a lot easier. Also on attack 5, you know, Rebo did not stand a chance.
Yeah, attack 5 we could definitely see was a lot better, but also, I mean, downstab. So that makes a difference for
Did you
Rebo.
just say upstab? Oh no, that's heresy, Animus. I keep telling you, that's the third best stab. Down stab is bestest stab. And really, I kind of feel for Shatty, because no glove.
Okay, Royale confirming that there are definitely seeds where you can be forced to fight Rebo without downstab. I was wondering, because I remembered I played a seed once where I dived into P3 without downstab and was able to just get the item and leave, and then get downstab again and leave. But like I said, I don't personally run into that many seeds where like I'm not able to get downstab. Like, there's not one that comes into the top of my head. But yeah, that is a thing that that can happen. That chat is confirming can happen. So
Shatty has, because I don't remember seeing him pick it up.
Well, the hammer is in P2, so Shatty's not been to P2.
Oh yeah, the glove was on Maze Island, so yeah. No, I remember now. It was on Maze Island. Because I literally said earlier that, you know, he's on his way to get the glove in a few. So he did hit the cave to get the glove. Alrighty. I will be the first one to admit when I, you know, do the Ooparoo. So no worries.
Alright, so jkoper taking the Maze Island bridge connector, and do you see what I see, Krista? Yeah, it is the River Devil on the bridge.
NPC in the Zelda franchise, the River Devil. Oh, I am having a proud mama moment.
And yes, that this is 100% not a vanilla GP
And take
or
a look
vanilla
at that
East.
GP.
Well, I do see a GP that's not vanilla either. Sort of.
No, I know it's not vanilla. But you know, my hope and dream would have been that the River Devil was blocking GP and you can't get around it because there's no boots to be got. So I believe in the River Devil. One
Well,
day the River Devil's gonna be mandatory.
you know, from what all I'm seeing of this East so far, I don't think it's going to be required either, because it looks like there's a lot over here that the River Devil isn't blocking. So
You just gotta believe in the River Devil. Just believe in the River Devil. And nothing bad will ever happen because you have the blessing of the River Devil. Also,
well, we don't have the flute and we don't have the boots, so neither are going to really help us at this time. So we don't know if the River Devil is helpful or not.
well, you could always, you know, walk up to the River Devil and just say, "May I pass, please?" Maybe being polite, you know, will help a little bit. Also, we have Shatty waiting to
Well,
sort of
I think
see what.
I think the best means of method is to try to see whether or not a clarinet, a trombone, a trumpet, maybe one of those other instruments that the River Devil would like instead, or whether or
Maybe
not
just
the River Devil
whistle.
just loves flutes.
Well, maybe if you whistle and you can hit the same pitch, you know, you might be able to pull it off. There's some people that have great mouths that can do that. You know,
And
just go ahead and just blow goodness. And no, we don't need the ocarina.
yeah, this is a PG stream, so anyway,
What?
well, maybe not all the way PG, but
I'm
that's not
talking about going whoo hoo hoo hoo. I just can't do it right now.
right. So, anyway, Shetty is maneuvering the P3. Oh, this is a glove block room, I believe. No, it's not. This is the other version of that room. So,
Ooh. See the wonderful use of downstab. See, it's beautiful. This is why downstab is the. Is that true, Lost? Is that true? Boss Traz plays trumpet, or does he play like the sad trombone?
yeah, the brass instruments rule. And this is going to be the item for Shatty. Yeah, jkoper didn't see. I don't think jkoper found the item in P3, so we'll see what this is. It is the cross. So
Wonderful. You get to see the Moas now.
Not much in P3. So jkoper's not missing out on anything.
Oh wow, that's cool. The only thing I can do on wind instruments, honestly, is play the recorder that you get when you're in elementary school, and you get to play Three Blind Mice. And we have a free reflect. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's always nice. Does mean that we're gonna have to go back to the west eventually to take out P4.
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping that it would be, you know, in Darunia. That way the child gets some love. Unlike a certain commentator that always abandons him.
Well, we don't know where Thunder is yet, so that could certainly still be in play.
Watch Thunder be vanilla and be an old Kasuto just to give a freebie.
Well, yeah, it would fit the theme of our vanilla palaces today. That's certainly for sure.
And,
P4 and P3 switched places, but so far we've had vanilla outside of that.
and on Shatty's side, Shatty
Oh,
decided that he wanted to
there's
impersonate Barba and go for a lava bath. Excellent.
there's the hints from jkoper showing that P3 was absolutely useless. So you just got a hint that Rebo rides with the cross. So how about that?
Kind of makes you want to go back and get it, you know? And we have new Kasuto having the spell. Oh boy.
You know,
Oh,
that is good. It'll be interesting to me to see if Spell is castable on Magic 3 with 6 magic bars. Like I said the other day, I had a seed where it was not castable on 6 magic bars with Magic 4, so we'll see if that's the case, or we'll see. I'm assuming jkoper does want to check the spell tower because he's heading right towards spell, so we'll see how it
Grandma
is.
had a pea bag, a 500 pea bag. I'd
Yeah,
rather have a cream soda, Slacker. I really
yeah,
would.
yeah, maybe some ice cream, maybe some soda, cherry vanilla, you know.
I have some vanilla ice cream right in my freezer. Oh, this is great. And Shatty going back in against Rebo. Oh my.
Yeah, I think it has to be extremely rare. There's the child, in the new Kasuto basement. So if Thunder is in Darunia, we got that.
Yeah. So since okay, chat, question. What do you guys think is in Darunia for the spell?
Well, we've got either I don't even remember what the other 2 spells are at this point. We got Thunder and Jump. Actually, Jump would be a good one too, if you were to come across that. I would say, honestly, Jump's probably the 4th best spell if you really think about it.
I'm hoping against hope Darunia has thunder because the child. Ew, Nochi, we don't talk about that here.
Actually, if I was
Nochi.
if I was excluding just because they're required, I would actually rank Jump 2nd because Fairy's 1, but Jump would probably be my 2nd one. The only reason I have the other 2 ahead of Jump, which is Reflect and Thunder, is because they're actually required to beat the game. But now that I think about it, I would actually just rank. If I was excluding spells that are actually required, I would go with that.
Well, jkoper doesn't know how to do the upstab skip, so I couldn't say that to save my soul. So he's more likely than not to get upstab.
The best players in Z2R swear by upstab. The rest swear by downstab. That's all we gotta say.
You excuse? Hold on. I'm cracking my knuckles. I'm lacing up my Timberlands. You are absolutely so wrong on that. Upstab is garbage stab. It is the 3rd best stab. You only really need it for, upstab blocks. Other than that, it's absolute garbarino. And we are in Darunia right now. So we're about to find out on jkoper's side what we're gonna get.
leaving us in anticipation, not taking the 1 second to check that town name. We don't have time for that. We got the child. We're gonna pick up upstab anyway. We're just gonna be in suspense till we pick up the spell.
Desi, the real way you take out Baba is jackhammer strats.
And everyone get your GGs out for jkoper, who has won the race because he got upstab first. So there we go. I've declared
it. He got downstab first. Downstab is the best stab. Upstab is just a stab. And another game over for Shatty. That Rebo is just giving him one heck of a hard time. Honestly, I'd come back.
Yeah, I would have come back as well. 100%. You know,
What?
you have another palace. You could get to the east. Well, just to another place from there. I would have explored a little more. Go west to find the heart. That's awesome.
So, VT, this is great. It's absolutely fantabulous. Child Lock Thunder, which means that if Animus was playing this seed, he would have had to show love to the kid. Oh, wonderful. And now we're in Old Kasuto with jkoper.
Yeah, he's gonna get a free jump spell here. You really can't blame you there. That's, like I said, that's a very useful spell that I think turning down when it's in Old Kasuto is a mistake.
Well, jump spell does come in handy against Barber.
Yeah, I think it makes GP navigation a lot better as well. When you have the jump spell, it could just be good for a lot of situations, even in regular palaces for that matter too.
Oh, especially in GP, you're talking about the waffle and the emoji rooms, right?
Yeah, and also the second upstab required room that actually hard requires upstab. The jump isn't necessarily hard required for it, but just will save you a lot of time. I'll just put it that way.
Everybody sit back and relax. jkoper is in the best palace with the best boss. And we know who that is. It's the bro himself. The man who does not skip arm and leg day. The great one, Guma. Oh my goodness.
Yes, we know Guma can't sit on any children today, unfortunately. So, I don't know what he's sitting on. He might be sitting on boots. He might be sitting on a flute. Maybe he's into that now. Who knows? We know he's not sitting on any trophies today. So, we'll see what Guma's sitting on. And what weird thing?
He is sitting on his weightlifting bench, ready to pump iron. And y'all being rude. He takes vitamin supplements, okay? He's not the one that goes to a buffet and the buffet kicks him out. And that was a one-up.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not sure if we've seen the second palace on the east. So it will depend on where that second palace is. But if we do see that second palace and that is accessible without the boots or the flute, then this is 100% go mode. Obviously, the third palace is in Valley of Death, which jkoper can access right now. Actually, we did. Never mind. That was GP. No, he's in go mode. He's in go mode because he went into GP earlier. That's right. So yeah, he's in go mode because we saw the Valley of Death entrance too. He's got to go back to P4, which is on the west, but GP is on the east, and that means P6 is on the Valley of Death. So yeah, probably just go to the Valley of Death after this, and then head back to the west to P4.
Yes. Even though, for the sake of not having those who are from the Mario Brothers 3 community that come to visit, y'all know who you are. You know how we always ask for reverse world order and sometimes we'll get it straight up vanilla? jkoper was on the vanilla track and just broke it by going to P5 before, kicking carrot. So we don't get our vanilla order. I'm so sorry to you guys.
Yeah, with the way it worked out, you certainly could have, because you were going to have to go back to the west anyway. Could have easily have decided to make that play, but just trying to figure out whether or not you need the flute is the bigger play here. So that's why jkoper decided to do a little more exploring on the east to make sure he was in full go mode, and now he knows.
Yeah, Trails. Any hit from Guma's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So I'm hoping that, Guma rolled the up to be very difficult. So that way we can say all hail Guma.
Yeah, I give him 2 hits. I give him 2 hits. 2-hit KO, that's what I think. A 7th Magic Container P5, that's really nice. Definitely don't ever want to turn down any free Magic Containers at all for GB, so definitely won't complain about that.
Remember one thing, if you are a wonderful, RPG player, you don't need speed if you're a tank. And Guma is a tank. So I'm not concerned about this. And the child bought them.
That's actually a really tricky dead end that jkoper just correctly saw through. So even though there were 2 enemies there, one of them was a Moa, so if you see a Moa there, that means it's a dead end. However, if there are 2 grounded enemies there, then that is your pass-through variant of that room, as Shatty's finally going to get the hammer out of P2, so that's going to make exploration west far more attainable now. And that also means I wouldn't be surprised if Shatty right after this goes straight to grab down stab to be able to knock out P3. That'll make things a lot better overall.
Yeah,
but I don't think Helmet Head was that much further than here, so I think Shatty's on the right track.
Yes, Shatty does have a lot of ground to make up due to that real huge time sink and P3.
Yeah, P5 is having some interesting shenanigans going on here, so this is not one of your breezy 5s, we'll put it that way.
Well, did you really expect Palace 5 on something I rolled to be nice and generous?
I expected it honestly to be vanilla with the way this is gone, so.
Ew! The fact that you expect the vanilla P5 out of me, Animus, that wounds me. It's gotta be a chaotic 5.
Ooh.
You know, a 5 that makes you remember it.
Yeah, that's probably a looped elevator, I don't know.
P5 is friendly. Everyone is in there. They want to play with you. They're not going to leave you lonely. This is truly a bro palace. And now on Shatty's side, Shatty is duking it out with Helmet Head, but takes a bonk, which kind of hurts. Yeah, fire. I know some people said that fire was life, but I think it's shield, because I saw the pajamas change.
That's a very great observation. So fire is shield, very nice.
Yeah.
Helmet Head on low levels can actually be pretty tough.
I'm going, Trails.
I'll say this: one heart
Ooh!
container Helmet Head is just painful.
Guma, no! Oh, Guma did take out what looked to be about 5 heart containers.
Yeah, that was quite a bit. So That's going to be the 5th gem down, or the 4th gem down for jkoper. So
Yeah, Baba has to avenge Guma. Oh, Guma, you poor thing.
we'll see if he goes. I think he should go towards the Valley of Death now, but we'll see if he just decides to go back to the west for P4 if he goes to the Valley of Death. So yeah, he's going to the yeah, he's gonna go to the Valley of Death. Yeah, so I'm not sure we 100% saw the entrance, but I mean, looks pretty landlocked to me. So we'll see how it goes as far as the entrance to this Valley of Death. Somewhere on the north side, that's for sure. And Shetty's going to be picking up downstab now, so yeah, it looks like we got a Wolfson encounter before our Valley of Death.
Yeah, and on Shatty's side, the town of Mito does have the shield spell.
No, that's certainly true. We never know how GP could be. Don't know how P6 still in play, even P4 for that matter. So depends on certainly how this palace navigation occurs.
It would have to be a Shatty skip to help Shatty right now. Cause literally, jkoper is on attack 7. You know that he's gonna stop at attack 7 and use that high level to start power leveling magic in life. You know, probably will into GP with 7s across the board. So it's all a matter of it's a big difference between the two runners. Honestly, Shatty does, you know, anything can be the great equalizer. That's very true. However, it's not looking too good.
How much is Fairy on Magic 3? Is it still pretty expensive, it looked like?
It was.
Yeah, so I think that's why jkoper's going for these encounter skips. They are the vanilla volcano tiles that we're used to, so but yeah, for those that are aware, jkoper's doing the power attack strat, which means you go straight for attack levels early on, so that way for your last few gems that you place, you're able to get a lot of levels for magic and life, and it works out. At the end, you just sort of suffer quite a bit at the beginning as far as higher spell cost and less life. So
yeah,
this is probably one of the last places where it'll really punish you, is the Valley of Death.
Yeah, lots of enemy encounters, and they're really not funny at all. jkoper is like, when is this torture gonna end?
Well, jkoper did get the encounter skip this time, so he's just got to ferry out of here, and he's good to go.
And Shatty took an unfortunate game over, which didn't help. Shatty, I honestly, Trails, I don't know.
I'm guessing Shatty forgot that he had the hammer because he's going through Jump Cave rather than using the hammer.
And now we're dipping into P6 with jkoper. And Shatty has played vanilla DH, but
I think he just forgot that he had the hammer. Honestly.
Yeah, I think this is just a minor oofaroo. And, you know, it hasn't graduated to oofa yet. So...
well, now he remembers that he's the hammer. Yeah, this does look like a very P1, P6. as far as the shade of Palace 6.
No
Yeah,
trails. I think
yeah.
Shatty got clobbered by Rebo too many times.
I would actually say both. Well, not necessarily Horsehead himself, but P1, he spent a lot of time with all the Iron Knuckles as well.
Yeah, those Iron Knuckles were absolutely just insane. And I thought we discussed this, chat. We gotta go Ufaru. You gotta go Ufaru. You gotta, you got me. So we gotta go straight New York on this. It's Ufaru. You got this, chat. I know you can do it. And those mowers are just trying to light jkoper ablaze.
It's Helmet Head. Oh, yeah. I'm too tired and I misread that for Horsehead. Whoops. Yeah,
You've never been
I would
to
agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, one too many times for Helmet Head for sure.
We are not jkoper decided, why fight when I could just yeet into the lava?
Whoa! I just noticed something. I've never
What's up?
seen it this high before. I've never seen it this high before. The cost for attack 8 is $99.50. So.
Oh, that must be one of my seeds.
This is about to be some pretty. I mean, we could see Magic
Huge.
7 here. We could see Magic 7
here.
Or Magic 8. Not Magic 8, but Magic
jkoper's having a downstab malfunction. You know, it's like when you want the pea bag and there's really no need for it. Because, you know, he's gonna get it naturally from the crystal. So he really didn't need that pea bag for anything. Because it's not like he's gonna hit 99.50. Down stab is not the worst stab. You just gotta know how to control it. You don't down thrust just on things you can't down thrust on.
Yes, down stab, not having down stab would have prevented that. Yes, we agree. Up stab is way better.
Talking about Animus. No, that's a bedoofaroo. You just bedoofed on me. No. And anyone...
That is fact, Desies. You cannot upstab a block and die to lava. I'm liking all these Z2R facts that we have today. Downstab kills you, upstab saves you.
Upstab does nothing. Upstab is trash. Upstab is absolute trash. Downstab is awesome. With great power comes great responsibility. And I know you guys have heard that saying. And you can die in lava with upstab. You just gotta know how to do it. And like I said, great responsibility comes with great power. And downstab is all too powerful. So all of you can absolutely take the upstab and go to Hoo-Haville. No, you're so wrong. Great power, United Airlines. I am not. See, when you get Animus and I, you know it's automatically gonna be Team Downstab versus Team Upstab. Because Animus is kind of backwards, and he meant to say Downstab, but, you know, he accidentally says Upstab. And DH, we are not calling Downstab the United Airlines, oh goodness, we're having a debate on what I said. Are y'all really gonna make me look up where the statement comes from?
Well, I think Shatty thinks he needs the rafts. That's why he's digging into DM. Must have forgotten that there's another western connector or the eastern Maze Island connector. So, no, actually, this is how you got to DM was this other western connector. So he just forgot that other Maze Island east connector.
You know what? All of you guys are so wrong. I can't believe you guys don't read your history books. Animus, do you know who said that statement? With great power comes great responsibility. The first person who said it.
Is it the first president, Benjamin Franklin?
No. No. He got, with great electricity comes great shock, is what Benjamin Franklin said. But Spider-Man is a good guess, but it's actually, it was said, and the only reason is because my family members looking at me like I'm, blithering idiot if I don't know this answer. It's actually 1906 was said by Winston Churchill.
There you go. Huh.
So, because I got family that graduated with degrees in history.
Well,
Winston Churchill is Spider-Man. There you go.
Well, the good thing about a statement as common as that is a lot of people have said that over history. So think about that.
Well, I said the first person.
Well, here's Hammer Cave. It would be kind of funny if we found the raft here.
And then we have Baba, who got barbered. He got barbecued. Oh my goodness. We had a great, outdoor barbecue, and what does he do? He comes in weak. Oh, Baba,
yes,
you just
Z2R is very educational. Yeah, it probably was Winston Churchill's staff writers that were probably tweeting it out back then on his podcast. I don't know about you guys, but I remember growing up and listening to these randomizers on the radio. Those were the old days before we had all these fancy Zelda speedruns that allowed us to be able to witness these games in real time. So just don't take for granted stuff like this anymore, because we had it a lot harder back in the day when we had to listen to this stuff on the radio.
It was in the origin of that when Winston Churchill said it,
And that is the boots that are in Hammer Cave. Alright. Sure, why not?
Why not? 8 tracks, nice. 8-track flashback. But DH, you're too young to remember.
For anyone that is shocked that we are discussing this after midnight, you can't really expect a competent conversation about solely Z2R to happen after midnight. Everything's off the rails at that point.
And at 107, we have our boy jkoper now going to duke it out with the Carrick. DH, you were born in the 70s. Wow, good for you. So, yeah, you're still too young, you whippersnapper. You and all the whippersnappers in the chat, you're all too young. You don't know nothing about the 8 tracks and the hatchbacks and the AMC Pacers. You guys wouldn't remember that. You're way too young. What was the thing that held Shatty back so long? Shatty had a very rough P1. A very rough...
Honestly, I would
P2
say
and
jkoper going straight to P2 to pick up the hammer made things a lot better, whereas Shatty went straight to Maze Island that didn't have the hammer, which led to down stab, which struggled him and Rebo. And also, like Crystal
yeah,
was saying, a P1 took too many deaths in P1 as well.
yeah, to those iron knuckles. I mean, it was a slobber knocker, but the only problem is Shaddy wasn't knocking. He was just doing some slobbering on the ground after getting KO'd. And then, yes, Billy Martin. To file, you wouldn't remember Billy Martin. Billy Martin was from a bygone era, back when baseball was great to watch. You could always bet on Billy Martin tossing his hat at some point. Let's see. No, Z2R, most people lost are very young. They're whippersnappers. They're probably still wearing their diapers. So there's no worries about ever feeling old. Now, Alan, don't bring Z1, or else I'll bop you with my gold cartridge.
I don't even think Zelda 1 even existed. I think Zelda 2 was the real first Zelda game, if you really think about it.
You really do want to have some fights. Man, have you forgotten I'm from New York? We fight for everything. The whippersnappers. Now, watch Shatty decimate the Rebanak. Not if he keeps taking knives to the ankle.
And this is why Zelda 2 is just so much better than Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time doesn't even have up stats, so...
What are you talking about? Oh my god, Animus. Ocarina of Time is one of the greats in the Zelda timeline. How could you even think such a thing? It's heresy, Animus. Heresy. Yes, Animus needs some coffee so he can wake up and realize that Ocarina of Time is awesome. And
I probably
finally
not
getting
need coffee
revenge.
at this hour. I'm headed straight to bed after this race. I can tell you that right now. I gotta wake up early into this.
You mean?
That is right. That is right. I actually did that Dark Link fight today in my Ocarina of Time rando playthrough, and yeah, was not able to have as easy of a time as you do in Zelda 2. So that's another reason why Zelda 2 is just so much better.
Yes, Lost, absolutely right. They make you cheese Dark Link by just merely hitting them with the hammer or casting dense fire on them. There are other ways you could cheese that Dark Link in OOT. And here we go. It's time for Carrick. That swipe jkoper what little bit he had.
Yes, that is a fact. Ocarina of Time would not exist without Zelda 2. It's all thanks to Zelda 2 that Ocarina of Time exists.
No,
so
that's not what Tafile said, man.
That's basically what it means. I mean, think about this. I mean, would Saria be the same without Saria? No, it would not be the same if it was named like Daisy or something. No one wants to have Link's best friend be Daisy. They want his friend to be Saria.
You're wrong, Animus. The timeline has Ocarina of Time before Zelda 2 in the timeline. So, with that being said, the Zelda 2 palaces were named after the Ocarina of Time sages.
No, hold up. Now hold up. The Zelda 2 was released before Ocarina of Time.
It doesn't matter. Hyrule historians
so they wouldn't have come up with
so.
these names. before Ocarina of Time was existed, so they would not have been able to come up with these names.
Are you?
When they were releasing Zelda 2, they weren't thinking, "Oh yeah, in 10 years we're gonna release Ocarina of Time."
Trust me, Miyamoto is a genius. He probably... Listen here, D-Bean. We can throw down with timeline talk. As a Hyrule historian with vats of worthless knowledge, we could throw down, my friend. And downstab is best stab. I agree, D-Bean. Downstab is best stab. Miyamoto got lost in caves. You know, I'll agree with you on that because they took away Ura Zelda and Zelda Gaiden and its true iterations to give us a really poor excuse of a game called Majora's Mask with absolute trash water level.
How could you even hate Majora's Mask if you like Ocarina of Time? It's the same game, basically.
No, they are not the same thing, Animus. Oh my lord.
They literally look the exact same thing. Nintendo was too lazy to even use different assets. They're the same.
Bloody muffins. They're palette swaps. And yes, Majora's Mask has Great Bay, which is the worst water level. Yes. I hate Majora's Mask.
I'll just say Majora's Mask on a ranking scale is pretty much equal with Ocarina of Time. Neither have upstab, so that's all I gotta say about it. Anyways, while my brain is off track here, jkoper has beaten Kirok and is having to take a very long walk back to GP on the east.
Yes, it's a long walk, but he will get there. Meanwhile, Shatty is duking it out with the Feraligatr, but runs away from the Goria. and Animus, we're gonna throw down about Ocarina of Time versus Majora. You know, no, Majora's Mask is trash.
You know, that is fair because I am just solely responsible for developing some content for Zelda speedruns with these inflammatory takes today after midnight. So
you have the worst hot takes. You even said Link to the Past was garbage.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did in your hot take rankings. You put Link to the Past. You put Zelda 1 on the bottom.
I did not put Link to the Past. I actually put Link to the Past as like an A or something like that. I did not put that as trash. But yes, I did put Zelda 1 Ocarina of Time at the bottom where they belong. Anyways, jkoper.
Yeah, you need to look at his hot take video on Zelda games, and you will disown Animus.
jkoper is in GP with our favorite enemies.
The best enemies? What are you talking about? The Chicken Squad is the best. DH, you can't disown me. I'm not disownable.
That's what you get for defending Downstab.
No, it's because I hate Majora's Mask with a passion. You know, I wanted Ura Zelda. And anyone in the Ocarina of Time community knows that we needed Ura Zelda. Because Master Quest was not it. And we are in a waffle room.
I mean, hating Majora's Mask and loving Ocarina of Time is like loving ketchup and hating tomatoes. I mean, let's just face it.
What? That is the worst logic. Hey everybody, it's time for Thunder Chicken action.
Yeah, Dark Link could be pretty close by because we did see quite a few directions, so...
Yes, and while Animus was starting a riot, happy 1 hour, everybody.
Well, we should say happy 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Listen, if you weren't with your hot take there, Mr. I hate Ocarina of Time, we would have had the proper, happy 1 hour. But no, you just had to make comments about Downstab, Ocarina of Time, and Zelda 1. For shame, Animus.
Ooh, a drop room. And no, Shatty's not been to the east at all.
Ooh, Shatty, Death
And
Mountain.
And I'm assuming Shetty thinks it's in Death Mountain for some reason, but just overlooked the bridge tile in Maze Island.
Shatty, thank you for showing Death Mountain. We appreciate it.
Oh, there's Dark Link.
Wow. I did roll a jetty. I rolled a jetty for you, Betty, guys. Sorry about that.
Well, we'll see how Dark Link is. Might just be quite a sub 120 here. Oh, able to get out of that Dark Link. Nice. Out of that Dark Link block. To would have hit. Does it a second time. How about that?
Dodge. You go, jkoper.
And get your GGs out for jkoper.
Hooray for you, jkoper. Good. Let me go ahead and ask if jkoper would like to come in and talk to us for a little. And Shatty did go ahead and forfeit. So I'm asking them right now if they feel like joining us. Knowing jkoper, he probably has another tournament. All right, Shatty's in the waiting room. So let's move Shatty on down. GG, Shatty. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm so confused.
And we also have jkoper who's joining us right now, provided I can do this. Congratulations, jkoper. GG. How are you?
Hey, thanks. I'm alright. How are you guys doing?
Yo, GG Coper. Well done.
Thanks, GG Shatty.
GG, Shatty.
So I'm
How
so
you
confused.
doing?
Can you just tell me how I get east?
So you you didn't find Maze Island, right? You take the
I did.
You did find Maze Island. Oh, then there's
Yeah.
just there's the bridge at the bottom left corner of Maze Island.
Oh man, I thought that was maybe where like the raft connected to. So I was running around DM trying to get out. Not that I was like a million miles behind you anyway. But thank you, appreciate that. At least now I know how to proceed.
Yes, both of you guys did wonderful and couldn't ask for a better matchup to finish our late night with. jkoper, you made this look easy.
I think it was a pretty kind seed overall. I mean, we had Vanilla West, which is, can be pretty rough, but at least you know where everything is. And then they gave us the hammer not too far in. I'm sure glad I got the items out of the palaces, and there were no glove blocks before I found the gloves, so that was all nice. And then I got that magic container early, otherwise I wouldn't be able to cast Fairy without some more magic levels, so that was good. Got the hammer, and then pretty much it was just about finding Reflect and Thunder and figuring out if the flute was necessary, and it all came pretty easily, I guess. So, no real complaints here. Yeah, the any key at the start helped a lot too, that's for sure.
Yes. And, I did watch both of your Zelda 1 matches. I was like, man, you guys have seriously got durability. Because there's no way I think I could do back-to-back races. Especially you, Shatty, who literally just signed out of one and into the next one. And we were so happy to have you, because I did get a little bit nervous, especially when in that particular race, there was a very tricky silver arrow.
Yeah, I got it easy. Coper's in like 20 tournaments, so I've only got the 2.
Yeah, jkoper, you run everything. It's so much experience. And, we love you for it. We absolutely love you.
Just having fun and doing all the stuff. Definitely support joining any of these things that I'm in, obviously. So it gets a little stressful at times to schedule everything, but I think it's worth it. So, yeah. Anyway, that GP was silly. I was expecting something, and yeah. So Shatty, you missed it. There was a little fork at the start, but you took the right, of course. And then straight line to Thunderbird, and then one room after Thunderbird, there's a drop. Next room, Darklink. So,
get out of here.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Well, that's good. I appreciate that. Put me out of my misery. I probably need another hour and a half to get that.
We would have just raided you, Shatty. If you wanted to continue, I would have put up the raid. And that way you'd have a whole bunch of us cheering you on, hoping to see the Shatty skip again, where you make Barba eat out a pile of 6.
That's 3 matches, and I still haven't killed Barba. 2, I never got to him, and 1, I skipped him.
No, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't have to, why not, right? Just tell Barbara, I'll get you tomorrow, next time. So that way he can say, next time, Gadget, next time, at you guys. But I do want to thank you both very much for providing a great race for us to watch. It was truly a pleasure restreaming you guys. And if Mariah can hear me, I apologize sincerely, Mariah, about the disconnect. So I hope you enjoyed your dinner. You were able to sit down, really eat and not have to scarf anything down. But thank you for wanting to take the restream. And, you are so precious to the Zelda 2 community. So just wanted to give a special shout out to Mariah. And do any of you guys have any last comments you'd like to say?
Nope, just probably the same things Shatty's gonna say, but yeah, thanks Shatty for the race, thanks Krista and Animus for putting this on, and thanks Mariah for trying to help out and always being there. But looking forward to the next round. I think I still have to win again or something. I'm not sure what's going on now, but
check on where you guys are in the wins. Just give me 1 second. I believe that the both of you guys were 1-1, so probably another win or 2 should get you into the brackets. And Chatty, you just got to win some more, and you can do it. And you can do it. I have faith in you. I'll play the Eye of the Tiger music for you, give you that inspirational push. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is always 1 win in these tourneys, so I already got 1. This is gravy from here on in. Just enjoy it. I mean, I find this to be terribly fun. I mean, I'm not very good at it, but I do find it fun. And yeah, what Koper said. Thanks, everybody. GG's Koper. Good luck moving forward. Kick some butt.
Thanks.
Alrighty. With that being said, Animus did kind of pass out. Coffee reserves were down. So I'm going to give the closeout for us as I usually do. So I want to thank Animus. When you look at this on the video screen, I want to thank you personally for taking the time out and helping us out with this late night. And I really do appreciate it. And you guys, need to follow our runners, which I did put up there before, which is jkoper and Shatty. Please remember to give them some love. And please also follow Animus. Right now, he is running Ocarina of Time. Please support him in his Ocarina of Time endeavors and show him that he will succeed in that. He has the mirror shield, so he's all good now. As for the other commentator and the tracker, they were both trasharoo. So if you want to follow that trasharoo for shenanigans, go right ahead. It would be greatly appreciated. As for tomorrow, we have a stacked ZSR. All our channels are going to be on deck. At noon, we have a Link to the Past NMG League round 4. And it's a double header between Light World and Dark World. So we have Coxla versus Mr. Aaron Snurd representing the Light World, and Bwayne versus Fricka representing the Dark World. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Link to the Past Cross Keys Tournament Swiss Round 5. And this is something you cannot miss. This is the Pika boss himself, the man who owns every Pikachu, and that's Gamachu. He is allergic to clown routing, but he is going against a legendary clown router whose routing has done great, and that's Homemade Beer. Make sure to stick around and watch that one at 3 o'clock. At 3:10, we have the Skyward Sword Randomizer Tournament Swiss Round 1, which is your average Link versus Raid Spinel. At 5:10 p.m., another Skyward Sword Randomizer Tournament Swiss Round 1, we have Pac-Man Power Ghost, now that's a name, versus the Floha 258. At 7 o'clock, don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's the Ocarina of Time Freaky Friday race, and that's going to be at 7. Now, as for the good stuff, the ones that you guys want to know about, 7 o'clock, we have the Z2R Standard Tournament Swiss Round 3, the devious one, Devious RNG, going against one of our newer entry runners, DS Tutor 89. Very dangerous competitor. Should be very good match. And then we have Late Night Black and White Round 2, which is going to be Zarnax 42 versus the Piano Man, the music professor, Dr. J PhD. That one I'm personally restreaming, so I hope you stick around for us. And that's going to be all that's coming up tomorrow. Now, there is a runner who is running Z2 right now, very good runner by the name of Ice Blue. So I hope you go into Ice Blue's channel and say, join a Z2 randomizer tournament. Okay, that's me, Krista Joy, signing off for the Zelda Speedruns family. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.